Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Kevin Timothy Marmata, and today I will present you my bachelor thesis with the title of Experimental Study and Numerical Simulation of Liquid-Based Battery Cooling Design with Number of Cooling Channel Variation. So, the first of all, why we must conduct this study? So, there is a phenomenon called thermal runaway additive battery. So, the thermal runaway is the example that happened at Tesla Model S. And then this is the another example from the other electric cell, uh, such as electric bus. So this phenomenon occurred because of high temperature of the battery pack inside the electric vehicle. And then therefore, because this problem occurred, we must design an effective cooling so thermal runaway is not happen in electric vehicle. And then this is the solution. The solution is the battery thermal management system. So Tesla is one of the first company to use a cylindrical battery with a liquid cooling method in the battery pack. So the figure is from the Tesla Model Y and the Tesla Model S. And then there the pipe cooling will be made like a serpentine pipe. So the battery later will be attached to the pipe. And then we can see that Tesla Model S there will be thermal interface material. So the to ensure the battery and the pipe is contacted each other perfectly. And then this is the objective scope and limitation. So in this experiment, which highlighted is we will conduct the experiment at 2C and 3C rates because lower than 2C and 3C, the battery temperature is below 40 degrees Celsius. And then this is the effect of the temperature to lithium-ion battery. So we can see at high and low temperature, the effect will be a power fade and the capacity fade. And then the optimal temperature is 25 and 40 degrees Celsius. This is for the maximum life cycle. And then to the optimum temperature for energy storage is 15 to 24 degrees Celsius. And then this is the thermal runaway process. So the thermal runaway process is a chain reaction. So first the press start at 70 degrees Celsius, the SEI layer will be decomposed, and then after that, the chain reaction starts, and then after the separator melting, the anode and cathode will be meet each other, and then there will be some contact circuit, and then yeah, there will be some explosion, and the battery is catch on fire. Then this is the fabrication of pipe cooling channels module. So we will use the tube radiator. This is taken from the radiator from the car. And then there will be fast and 3D printed die. And then to prevent the pipe to be then excessively, we insert the sand and then the vise and the 3D printed die will press together, and then this is the bend pipe result. And then for the final assembly, the epoxy resin is used as the sealant, and then thermal pad is used as the thermal interface material between the battery and the pipe later on. Then this is the battery array arrangement. So the connector is custom made with the 3D printing, and then we will do the battery arrangement in series, and then this is the setting with the time and the current rate of the battery charging and discharging process. Then this is the contact angle measurement. Maybe this method is highly inaccurate. However, we can see based on this method, we can get the contact angle condition of the battery. Then this is the experiment schematic, the overall. So this is the battery and pack assembly that will be used from the tube radiator and connector 3D printing. And then this is the sensor measurement. The temperature sensor is used We use the thermocouple and then voltage sensor. We use the crocodile claw, and then this is the data logger. The national instrument 9213 is using for the temperature measurement, and the Hioki is used for the voltage measurement. And then there's also a flow meter that uh, measure the flow rate from the pump. And then this is the FLIR thermal camera. This used to measure the temperature distribution of the battery during discharge charging process. And then this is the electric load and the power supply. This is the water reservoir component. So there's also a chiller and a chiller to cool the water, and then there's a dimmer to control the pump flow rate. And then yeah, this is the water pipe direction. And then this is the water reservoir in the battery area. So we will use we assume one pipe flow rate is 0.65 liter per minute, and then therefore with increase of number of pipes, the flow rate will also increases. So we can see here we cannot get the exact value due to the limitation of the pump and the flow rate. And then this is the battery arrangement. So the thermocouple will be attached at the center of the battery, and then the thermocouple is also attached at the inlet and outlet of the pipe to measure the temperature difference. And then the crocodile claw is used for voltage sensor and the battery connection. Then this power supply, measuring instrument and data logger. So we can see here the thermocouple will be measured the data for every 1 second. The current data will be measured at positive terminal of the connection for every 1 minute. And the thermocamera will be used for every 5 minutes of the experiment. And then this is the simulation design and the parameter. The properties taken from the research paper, ANSYS Fluent database, and the thermopet is from the manufacturer dataset. And then this is the heat generation model. So the heat generation of the battery is estimated using a Bernard equation. So the first term is the reversible heat, and then the second term is the reversible heat. So the current is obtained from the experiment. The resistance assumed to be constant of 0.04 ohm. This is based on the manufacturer specification. The temperature is taken from the average surface temperature of the battery during the simulation. And then the battery coefficient of battery, entropy coefficient of battery is estimated using equation by Jack Young. So this is the equation. And then this equation is needed an SOC or state of charge of the battery is also taken from the experiment. And then this is the result of the heat generation for discharging process and charging process as 3C and 2C. Right. Then this comparison of the maximum temperature in discharge process with different configuration. We can see in here at discharging 3C, only for pipe configuration will be able to cool the battery below 40 degrees Celsius. And then at discharging to see any pipe configuration will able to uh, will able to ensure the battery temperature below 40 degrees Celsius. Then this is the charging process at any pipe configuration. During charging process, the battery is temperature is below 40 degrees Celsius. And then we compare the simulation result and the experiment result. So this picture shows at one pipe in 3C discharge rate. And then we can see the solid line is the experiment one, and the dotted line is the simulation one. And based on this table, we can see the simulation error is within 15% range. And then this is for the charge process. The same with discharge process, the simulation error is within 15% range. And then this is the temperature distribution of simulation result. We can see in here, we can get the maximum temperature is occurred at the center of the battery at the top and the bottom of the battery. This is for one pipe cooling channel. This is for two pipe cooling channel rate. And the phenomenon is just the same with the other configuration. The hot sword will be at the center of the battery. And then the conclusion. So first of all, we can measure, we successfully make a experiment setup and a validated simulation model to in this battery thermal management system that can measure temperature, voltage, current, and the flow rate of the pump. We can also see in here there will be we get the data for the temperature distribution using a fluid thermal camera. However, we not analyze this further because of high inaccuracy of the fluid thermal camera. And then the recommendation and the following research. It is recommended to use new pipe materials that are thicker than this current research to minimize manufacturing error. And then second, the number of batteries can be increased to make a battery module and a BMS. Battery management system can be used to ensure uniform distribution of current and voltage across the battery. The third, the simulation process can be enhanced by obtaining the heat flux of the battery in the experiment. And then that's all for me. Thank you for your time. Thank you.